Abstraktius Studios proudly presents Streamin with Keegan, with your host, Keegan.
Good evening. Welcome to Streamin with Keegan. Good evening from Sacramento, California, I should say, because that is what all the news reporters say. Yeah. Today I'm going to be interviewing a special guest by the name of Abstraktius Artimus. Here he is, right here. Say hello.
Peace, everybody.
Hey. Thank you, Preem. Thank you for the intro. Thanks. Yeah. I really love setting up these elaborate intros before we start. I think it's pretty cool.
What happened? Why are you booing, Prim?
Thanks,
right,
Digital.
I'm out of here. I was just kidding.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. It just glitches out every time you go back in the seat. It's cool that your seat does.
No.
It's cool that your seat can do that. Mine cannot.
What does my seat do?
It tilts back. Like, were you tilting back?
Oh yeah.
I can't do that with my seat. I don't, even if I could, I'd bump into my blue screen, which is right behind me. So yeah, this is an interview stream where I'm going to be interviewing different musicians, and basically the way you can become another interviewee would be honestly, just be a productive member of the community, be my friend. That's it. Just, regularly visit the streams, do it, and just engage with the community. Like, that's all you need to do, really. Yeah, I've got several questions written out on my notepad on my phone. And also I will be taking questions from the chat as well, and I'll also just, be organically providing follow-up questions based on what you reply with if I have any questions of my own.
I think I'm gonna move my camera a little bit.
Okay. Also, I'm glad you liked the intro. It almost started again. I do this a lot because I'm watching my stream. Also rewatching my stream live on YouTube. And sometimes, and I'm sure people have caught this before, sometimes the intro will overlap and play more than once. Because the screen, I'm watching the stream and the audio plays again, and there's a delay and it overlaps, which is almost happened again, but didn't. I stopped it really quickly, so hopefully nobody caught that. But yeah, let's start off with the first question I have. This first question is, yes, when did you know you wanted to make music?
Honestly, when I was about 5 years
old. Okay, what's the story?
Yeah. So, So, I grew up just listening to hip hop, mostly like just West Coast stuff. But I seen Crisscross was doing it, and they were just kids, So I was like, "Hey, man, I could freaking do this." And then I talked to my dad about it, and he's like, "Yeah, man, just if you want to rap, it's not too hard. It's just like talking with rhythm."
Yeah, I remember you. You said your dad said that in a DM. I remember talking with rhythm. That it's true. Talking with rhythm and rhyme is what you said, I believe. And it's true. That's basically all there is to it.
So I didn't, obviously 5 years old, I wasn't like rapping, but
yeah.
I mean, I was like rapping along with it, songs like Spice One, Welcome to the Ghetto, and like Dr. Dre, and like just like a bunch of shit I shouldn't have listened to when I was 5. But
nice. You could have been you could have been like a kid prodigy, like Seasonal.
Yeah. But back in, I started actually like freestyling
Oh my
when
god.
I was about
Cream.
12. Oh, for real. But I used to freestyle and stuff when I was 12, but back then it wasn't easy like it is now for I mean everybody didn't have FL studios. It was a
Mm.
struggle. There wasn't studios around. It was
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
yeah. I used to record tapes. Like I used to get just like on a little boombox, I would put a tape in there and like record with a beat playing in the background, me freestyling. When I was like 12, 13, 14 years old, that's kind of all I had.
Mm. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I started fortunately when technology was a bit more up to date. But yeah, I imagine being an independent musician without the support of like, I don't know, a professional studio or like a label was significantly harder back then. I'd imagine.
Oh yeah. And even then it wasn't like serious for me until so when I was 17, I met my friend DMD and we went to school together and my school decided to do an after school program that was audio engineering.
Hmm.
So I did that for it was about a year, but then that's when I kind of really started taking it serious. And the teacher had a studio at his house, but everything was out. Yeah,
Ah,
pretty crazy.
cool. Yeah. Realizing there's no music playing, I should pull up one of your I'm gonna pull up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull up future movement beats. We'll see if an ad plays. If an ad plays, I'm gonna have to stop. But this is why I don't play future. This is why I don't play it as often because like ads play on Spotify sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it as background music. There we go. How's that volume for everybody? Too loud, too quiet? Um yeah, I don't know if this
I
is
think
is it
the
too
audio might be okay.
okay. Feel like it might there we go.
Yeah, turn
Yeah.
it down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I did. Is it better now?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay, alright. Cool. So yeah, next question. So you kind of touched on that when I asked when did you know you wanted to make music. You kind of touched on a little bit on this, but still gonna ask this question anyway. Who are your inspirations?
when I was younger, what really made me want to rap, honestly, was, I mean, when I was like 12, 13 years old, when I really wanted to do it, it was Master P at the time. He was really big, he was making a lot of money, making a lot of music, signing a lot of artists, and I was like, man, this dude is ghetto and just like me, and just like, he's just like doing it, and he's, so I was like, I could do it too.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Definitely. Like a lot of. It's really cool to have like people who are, I don't know, like you. Like not only have music that you like, but also have similar backgrounds. I think that's cool. I think that adds to
And
that adds an extra level of relatability, especially if
some
they
of my
like.
other, oh, go ahead.
Especially if they like they have like elements of your culture or something like not only elements of your culture but like three things like you like the way they sound, they have elements of your culture, and they've lived a similar life. Like those are all things that can connect you to a person, especially a musician.
Definitely. Some of my other inspirations are Tech Nine, obviously Wu-Tang, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Lupe Fiasco. So there's a lot of MCs in there. Then one of my favorite artists is Prince. He's one of my biggest inspirations, actually.
Who? Oh,
Prince.
Prince. Oh yeah, Prince. Yeah. Prince was a legend, man. So yeah, cool. Another question I have on my phone. What song or collection of songs are you most proud of and feel like reflect you the best?
Let me look at my music. I have too much music out.
Relatable.
So I think 5923, that one is special.
That one just played not too long ago.
Yeah, another one, probably 16.
Yeah, that's a nice one. It's very personal. I think it's also really well put together.
Obviously, I do a lot of beat songs, but that's not. Beat songs is who I am. I mean, I like to smoke. Sometimes I smoke and I like make a beat song.
Yeah. I noticed you have a lot of weed songs for sure.
Another one I hold that I look at that's really special is when I'm in the zone. It was my first collab with Stan. Me and him were both at the point where we were good at what we were doing, but we needed a lot of improvement. And that song went through so many different mixes, and I released it. I released it with a bad mix, and then later when I started learning mixing better, I re-released it. No one even really noticed because I didn't change anything. It just
nothing too just subtle like producer things that just make it a little bit better that no one else, the average listener, probably won't subconsciously be aware of, but would improve the song in their minds.
Yeah, what I did is I made it louder. I made my vocals more present, and I started using compression on my vocals. So I compressed my vocals. I just made my vocals present because before the mix, my vocals were kind of all over the place because that song pushed in and out. It took 5 or 6.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting. Vocal compression is very, very handy. I use it a lot as well. Because it equalizes the volume. Because it's crazy how much your voice changes in volume depending on, certain points. It's interesting, especially if you're singing and you sing high, you're almost always louder than when you're singing in the lower register.
Some of the funnest
You don't need to
songs
get personal, like revealing you love to smell your cat's breath.
this
To get the State Farm personal price
Oh,
point,
great. There's
just
an ad
call or go to
playing.
StateFarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor,
No.
State Farm is there.
All right. It was-
Anyway, some of the funnest songs I made have to be "Gotta Get It Done." That one because I was I was at work and I got off of work and I went to YouTube real quick before I drove on.
You
I
what?
just found
Sorry, the
I-
mic kind of cut.
I just put YouTube on and I found a beat. It's hyphy type beat. So I found one that I liked, and then I just kind of played it on repeat on my way home. And I came up with the song, the hook. They said I couldn't do it, but I gotta get it done. I said I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So then, so I was driving home, and I got home, and I made a beat that was similar to the hyphy beat, and then I just recorded it. So I recorded the hook, then I just wrote the verse. Then 4 or 5 hours, I was finished. That was like one of the funnest songs I made.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm realizing. Yeah, it's like, it's cool that it's like, you know, a lot of beats can inspire you to like add your own rap vocals essentially to them. I think that's a cool that's a cool thing. Like that doesn't happen to me as much because some like I have to have like the melody also kind of. I mean sometimes it does because like sometimes I'll sing a melody or I'll get inspired by a melody I listen to and I make a song out of that. But of course I got to be careful because I don't want it to be like too similar. I don't want to infringe or anything. But like, yeah.
Another one that was really fun for me was Abstract Noise.
Oh, yeah. That's probably aside from your newest single that is not out yet. But I've seen it and I think you know which one it is. I don't know if you want me to announce it here or not. But aside from that single, yeah, that's probably one of my favorite songs by you. Because
So that beat was just when I made the beat, I just kind of just found like random stuff around my studio and was just like, let me record this. It just came out so dope and like I just like the bass is my voice.
That's
Just
I
like
still can't get over that. The bass is my favorite part of the song. The way it rolls up and down. That is like positively hypnotic. I love that. I would love to remix it at some point. That'd be dope.
Yeah, and so you obviously have Abstract Noise too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
My favorite is still the original, but yeah.
my plan is to do a whole lineup of Abstract Noise songs.
Wow. Like how many?
I don't know. 9. I don't know.
Abstract Noise 9.
Yeah, I like the number 9. So.
Preem was waiting for you to say Abstract Noise.
Oh yeah. Pop It and Unlock It is another one of my favorites that I made.
Yeah.
And it's just because so I made the beat and I sense it's a Digital Love.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yo, Digital Love, what you think about this beat? And he's like, yo, bro, that beat's so sick. You should make a song on it. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to do that. And then I like wrote a song right then and there and like recorded it and sent it right back to him. It's like, how's this? And he's like, yo, that's so fire. And then so I re-recorded it because I recorded it like crap.
Mm-hmm.
So there was parts where I was off beat.
Right.
Then right after that, I started turning the monitor on my mic off when I record because I just hate hearing my own voice when I'm recording. And
I feel the same way. Not necessarily because I hate my own voice, but because the latency fucks me up. I don't know if you have latency.
Yeah, that's one thing too. I have to turn up my frame rate to the highest setting, which uses more CPU, and my computer just can't handle all that.
Yeah.
So if I turn the monitor off, I don't have to mess with the frame rate. I just don't have to worry about my voice. And then if I mess up, if I mess up when I hear my own voice, then it just throws me off for the rest.
Yeah.
So if I don't hear my voice, just
Yeah. There really is no need to hear your voice a second time. You already got your ears, right?
yeah, and I just keep my headphone back here so then I know I'm loud enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that trick from Preem.
The whole don't listen to your voice thing?
Yeah, and then my daughter, when I recorded my daughter, she's like, can you turn my voice off? And then after that, it kind of clicked. Like, maybe I should try.
Yeah. For me, yeah, for sure. For me, the whole turning my voice off when I record, it was almost immediate because I was like, okay, yeah, this latency is unbearable. I can't work like this. You know,
Yeah,
have you ever heard of those? You heard of those like speech jammers?
No.
They it's like an app you can install on your phone where it just listens to your mic and you wear headphones and it's essentially just latency. Like it creates latency and that can fuck up the way you talk because it's like, I don't know, like a part of your brain wants to like, I guess, catch up to the conversation back in time.
Oh yeah.
which kind of fucks up your timing and makes you stutter and shit. And I already have
if
a
I hear
stutter.
my own voice, if I hear my own voice at the mic, it's not even that I don't like my own voice, but it's just that I don't like hearing my own voice when I'm trying to like record or talk.
Yeah.
It makes it unbearable. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. For me, it's all about the latency. Yeah, another question. Right, this is an interesting one. What other new genres have you considered trying out, if any?
R&B.
R&B, interesting. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I actually did make my wife. Well, I didn't make a whole song, but I just did a verse where I'm kind of singing, kind of not digital love and universe could ever.
Okay,
But
I'd be interested in being one. I'd be interested in hearing it as well.
I would like to re-record it because there's parts that I don't like.
Fair enough.
I'll fix it. I showed it. Well, so I was listening to The Weeknd. The song was "It Die For You," and I'm like, damn, this beat is so hard. So I recorded it on that beat, and then I turned that beat off and like just start a drums and bass, and then I sent it to Universe Kid, and I was like, yo, throw some keys on this, whatever. The digital love can do whatever on it to, and we can make a song. So
a three-way collab, huh? Cool.
Yeah, so that's a work in progress still.
Nice.
Another genre that I do obviously is drum and bass.
Yeah.
My own kind of twist to it. So I kind of call it abstract bass.
Gotcha. Yeah. I feel like it's impossible to not do your own twist event to every genre.
Yeah.
Everything you do. Exactly. Yeah.
And techno. I like to make techno.
Yes, I would. That would be cool. I would approve.
Yeah, and I would kind of consider the beat for Broke kind of like techno.
I would as well. I like Broke quite a bit. I like it. It's got some retro techno vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Electronica.
Yeah, so, I'm open to do other genres. I just I know back in the day I wanted to do like metal or like maybe alternative. But that's just always been a challenge for me to actually do vocals to like metal. Because I would want it to be not me rapping on metal. I would want to do like actual.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean,
like
technically, yeah. Like, I mean, metal. You could sing, or you could like scream.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
I want to do the type of.
Yeah. I could like slightly. I watched YouTube videos on like how to metal scream, so like I can do a very pitiful one that I can then throw into a fucking distorter thing and then make it sound cooler.
I could do like low growl. So I would think that if I was to do anything metal, it would be like maybe the low growl type of.
Yeah. Whereas mine is a lot more shrill. A lot more high and shrill.
I could
imagine. I could do it now if you want.
Sure.
I don't know. That's pretty lame. I could do it better.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. When I did
I feel like I have
Beast
to
of
have, I feel like
Beats.
I have to have like more phlegm in my chest or something, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah.
When I did a Beast of Beats, um, it's on the throwbacks. So the
Mm.
song isn't perfect. I take a lot of breaths. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not good. But the hook, I was screaming on the hook. I'm a beast on the beat, so loud, and like it was my voice is gone. But that's kind of what I want to do. Like if it's like metal, like just like that screaming type. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
And even on the song, I don't want to see me win. I kind of do.
Yeah, I saw that. I loved the vocal. I love you were very you got a bit more growly and that at certain points. I thought that was cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Quite
Especially like in the second verse, I was like yelling and like kind of harsh.
yeah, that was nice. That was cool. Unique. Wasn't not something I hear out of you most times. Abstract or digital love says Abstrakt gotta make a song like that for real. Guessing
But
he's referring to the metal.
metal, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
I
that'd
just
be
need
dope.
a beat. Need a beat. So if anybody has a metal type beat, because I can't make metal.
That's fair.
If anybody has like a metal type, I'm down to try. I've actually covered a Marilyn Manson song,
Mm,
but
cool.
it's not good, so I'll never release it. But
Fair enough.
it was for fun for me, just to see if I could do.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I did okay, but it's just not good enough. I might redo it. I've been kind of practicing on like
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
harmonizing more, like singing a little bit.
Mm.
So
What a follow-up question that isn't scripted is like what kind of like metal bands are you aware of? Do you listen to?
well, I like Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably my favorite band.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you consider System of a Down metal. They're
Yes. My cousin and a lot of my friends like to listen to System of a Down. I think they're metal. They're like I don't know if people I don't know if it's like metal as much. I don't know if it's metal as much as it is like alternative rock. I don't know.
well, Toxicity. That's like one of my favorite albums.
Mm.
Pentagram, I like Pentagram. Spit. I don't know if you ever heard of Spit, but if you haven't,
I
you
don't
need to
believe
go
I have.
back and find some of their some. It's well, he's a one man band. It's just
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot of metal. My knowledge of metal kind of like merges with my knowledge of like alternative rock, kind of like Linkin Park and Green Day. Like
yeah,
it's
and
just
I
emo
like
shit,
to
just like emo shit.
I like to listen to Black Sabbath, Saint
Hmm.
Vitus. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they're like kind of like some Black Sabbath.
Hmm.
Like newer stuff, probably like Avenged Sevenfold.
Cool.
Yeah, so Slipknot, definitely. So I try to. Sometimes I'll just throw on like a metal station when I'm driving to work.
Yeah,
Just
fair
jam.
enough.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Here's a another one. I think it's gonna be another cool one, I think. How did you come up with your name?
But there's a few things that I like to say. But when I was in high school, I used to draw a lot of like abstract stuff. So
I think I've seen an example of that in your older cover of Abstract Noise.
yeah.
Because that was really
So
cool. Like you got to do more of your art on your album covers. I think that'd be dope.
yeah, so just Abstractius is just an extension of abstract with ES at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then Artemis is just art with imus at the end.
Yeah. It's like you're it's like you're like some sort of scientific classification of an animal, like Artemis Abstractius.
It's like a Harry Potter spell.
Yeah. I always imagine it as like a scientific explanation, as like a scientific name for an animal, kind of like Felis catus, or
That makes sense.
Abstractius Artimus.
Yeah, or sometimes I'll tell people that it's Latin for abstract art.
Pig Latin, maybe.
How would I say abstract? I honestly don't know how to say things plays in Pig Latin.
Yeah. Pig Latin was a joke. I don't think it's Pig Latin. It's just a funny thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I used to go by infinite versatility since I mentioned it. So
Yeah, I remember that. I remember like echoes of that name long gone. Even though I
Yeah,
don't think
so
I've
the-
ever known you as Infinite Versatility. I think you changed your name before I met you, but like I've
Yeah.
heard inklings of that mentioned in the past.
Yeah. So the reason I don't go by infinite versatility is because there's a band out there called. So
Mm.
I just figured Abstractius Artimus is original.
Yeah, it's definitely can't go wrong with that. Very original.
Yeah. Also, if you like, I think I've built up my brand pretty good for my name. That if you go on Google and just Google my name, I come up everywhere. Just
That's awesome, man.
first
Yeah,
3 or 4 pages is me.
Yeah, one thing that's a little peculiar or curious to me is like I don't know if this is like everybody notices this issue, but one thing I've noticed is like when I search your name, Abstraktius Artimus, and I've made sure I've spelled it correctly because I've spelled it incorrectly in the past, but I think Abstraktius Artimus. That is how you spell your name, correct?
Autocorrect.
Yeah, that's
Especially that happens on YouTube.
yeah, it's more like it's not the autocorrect thing because I can like it's fine now. It's like when I type in your name like that, like it doesn't show up on YouTube Music. I have to open the like here, like it doesn't show you on YouTube Music. So then but when I open library, it does show you. But it's interesting. I can't, and so I hit that, and then it shows me all of the songs in like a playlist situation. But it's I don't know. You're like the only artist that I've had issues with or issues searching for on YouTube Music, which is interesting.
I think
don't know.
it's because of the way I spell Artemis. Because
But I think I've spelled my but the thing is I think I searched your name correctly. Like look at that. I think that's right, isn't it? I mean it's probably hard to see, but like actually you can't even see my face, can you?
Oh, not here, but I could on YouTube.
Yeah. Did you see?
Yeah.
I think I spelled your name correctly, but like the broader YouTube Music tab, I can't it says no results for Abstractius Artimus, spelled Abstraktius Artimus. But on library it does, which is interesting.
One of these days.
And it's interesting. It's like YouTube Music has a lot of issues. The only reason why I'm kind of using it is because I already have like YouTube Premium, and that comes with it. And and YouTube Premium comes with, I think, another plan I have. I think my phone plan comes with this or something. Forget what plan, but it's like a package. So that's kind of became my what I do. And also just because YouTube, I grew up with YouTube. YouTube is like the primary app I use, primary website I use. It's like the hub.
Digital Love. SoundCloud.
Yeah.
The problem with SoundCloud is that when I get plays on SoundCloud, I don't get paid. So I don't really post on SoundCloud anymore.
That's fair. Yeah. I still have to monetize myself on YouTube. I'm not monetized on YouTube, but I am obviously I'm monetized on DistroKid, and I've actually as of now I've made $22, so that's cool.
I've made almost 200.
Wow. Cool.
I wish it was more.
course,
Spotify should pay way.
You've been doing it longer than me, but yeah. I'm still pretty
Well, I've only been doing distributing music since this year, since January 15th.
Oh. Okay.
I've
In that case you're just more popular.
I don't know. I've never been popular, so when I
Fair
see like my Spotify numbers have gone down drastically in the past couple. It went from like 3,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm at like 400 and some right now. But to me, that 400 is crazy to me anyway. 'Cause I never guessed 400 people.
Yeah, mine is like my average listening is like I think it's like 16 right now. So it's like it's not. I'm pretty small. I'm pretty small on Spotify. To be fair, like I market most of my music on YouTube because it's like my main thing, and I have 282 subscribers on YouTube, but I have like 12 listeners on Spotify, monthly listeners on Spotify.
And my YouTube is the opposite.
Yeah, you have like I think 70 subscribers last I checked.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
really
hey, seasonal, thank you for coming through, my guy, and Hooks also. Hello.
So how I do my music, I just use the hyperlink on DistroKid, and I wait until it's released, and then I add all my links on the hyperlink, and then I post that link on Instagram, wherever I'm deciding to. It's mostly Instagram. So lately, I haven't done much of anything with music, promoting, making anything. But and that's probably why my numbers are going down too right now, because I haven't been really promoting. I've just been live outside of music.
Yeah, that's fair. Promotion is hard for me. I do try to do promotion from time to time. I've gotten to promoting my music videos when they come out. I've linked my music videos to my YouTube music videos are linked to the different places you can listen to the single on, whether it's Spotify, a few other places, Apple Music, Deezer, the popular ones. So I do like minimal promotion. The other shit I've tried to do is try to pitch my songs to playlists and shit.
I do dailyplaylist.com, and I do pitch music every week.
Yeah.
Get on good playlists like Rap Caviar, and a lot of Morris Down playlists I get on, and some other ones I know. But the problem with that is you only get on the playlist for a week or so.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still gonna promote myself and try my best to promote myself, but I'm just gonna I might just let it naturally take its course and just grow slowly, because I don't know, it's worked for me in the past, growing slowly, not necessarily with music, but with other things. I've grown slowly in popularity.
I even say it in song pop and unlocking. Got to get to the masses, but I don't know how. Maybe it has something to do with marketing or harder things like networking or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's just it's reality for most artists that are at my level, or Preem's level, or Rob Snow, or we're all small fish in a big pond, and
Mm-hmm.
it's reality for all of us. We don't know how to get to the masses. We're trying to do this, however we're doing it, and sometimes it works. So
Sometimes it works, and the
yeah,
answer is different for everybody.
yeah, and then just waiting on the day that one of my songs just blows up on TikTok or something.
Yeah. Same. That's honestly TikTok is fucking crazy like that. Like I've seen nobodies get popular on TikTok and like really popular on TikTok. It's fucking crazy. I
Digital
don't.
love, bro. You too. You're a hidden gem. You like to keep yourself in.
True.
I know that.
We're all
Digital
hidden.
love.
We're all hidden gems.
I know Digital Love has some new hardware. Excited to see what comes about that.
Cool. Yeah. I've heard about that as well. Like a audio interface, huh? Right?
Mic, a new mic.
A mic. Okay. Didn't the audio interface was earlier?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Can't wait to see what you do with that for sure.
But mostly what my or you go ahead. Go ahead with
No, you can finish your thought. I was just gonna go on to the next question, but if you have more to say.
um I was gonna kind of say what my goals are. I'm pretty sure you probably yeah. Assuming you have that as a question.
I'll check. I don't think I do though. Um I guess I do. I guess I do actually have that. So we can save that, I guess, for later. Um I got another question. Yes, this is another good one. Where did future movement beats as a concept first start?
So back in the day, 2006 or 7, I had a friend named Mike. He was my son-in-law. He was a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was older. So he did this show uh, at a small venue in Denver called the Oriental.
It's sorry, you're cutting out a little bit. It's like I don't know if you can speak closer to the mic or something.
Better.
That's a bit better, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, he had this show at a venue called the Oriental, and he went by a future movie something.
Ah.
So then he didn't do well with that event. He didn't lost money. Then he decided future movies. So I
Hmm.
said, "Well, what's up with the name?" And he said, "Well, you can have it." And that was like in 2002. So then I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna use future movement, make it something different."
Cool.
So I made future movement beats out of it. So that's
So then it became Future Movement Beats. That name kind of became your label, your label name.
yeah. Because I at first it was the future movement, but I couldn't make a cool logo out of TFN.
Hmm.
So then I'm like, let me see what else. It's, it needs to be.
I don't know why your mic is just cutting out a lot right now. I don't know if there's any way you can. I wonder if it's I wonder if it's a problem with me on Discord. It's you just like I don't know if there's something I can do to change it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I tested on Discord.
It's like it could be like one of those natural Discord gating issues. Or like filter, like you know how there's like an artificial intelligence that kind of like cuts out drop like white noise to make the audio. I think that might be what's happening with your mic. I don't know if that's something you can fix or
I don't know. I think. How do I sound now?
You're better now. I just think maybe if you talk more loudly. I know at the end of it sucks because like at the end of each sentence, you like kind of when you speak more softly, it starts to cut out and it's harder for me to decipher what you're saying. But like at the beginning, it always sounds better at the beginning, but then it kind of peters out after you're finished with the sentence. Hopefully maybe with the mic closer and with you talking louder. I don't know. I don't want it to be too distracting for you, but like, yeah.
I pointed my mic towards my.
That should probably. I don't know if you can also increase like the sensitivity on your mic. Even if we do catch up white noise, it's better than this.
So.
That sounds better. Can you speak a little bit more? Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't think the mic is attached. Is the mic attached to the camera? I don't think.
No, I just wanted to make sure it's not catching the mic on my camera.
All right, that is significantly better. Okay. That is great. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes the mic, sometimes it'll switch from my interface to my camera mic, and that I don't know why Discord always does it to me.
Oh, you think that's what happened?
No, it didn't. That's not what happened. It's just I'm talking too quiet.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know if you increased the sensitivity on your mic, but suddenly got a lot louder, and that's great. I think that's great.
Oh yeah, I just turned up my gain on my interface.
Yeah, I think that'll help for sure. Sorry, that completely derailed what you were trying to say. I don't know if you remember what you were saying.
I don't know where I was at.
I guess we can move
about
on.
future movement beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it came from my friend Mike, which I don't know why he just kind of stopped talking.
That's fair. That's interesting. So yeah, I guess I'll move on to the next question. What is it? Oh yeah. What made you start seeking out a community of other musicians? Did it just kind of come naturally, or like, was it a plan?
No, it was never planned. So my plan was to do this alone, on my own way. And then just one day, what was it? Preem. It was Preem. He started streaming. And then that same day, or next day, I made the community, the server. And then it was only me and Jiro. He was second at the time. That were going to Preem's streams every day, which were basically Loop Lab, but it wasn't called the Loop Lab. It was just beat making stream. Preem really motivated me to do music again because I had taken a break for a year. Because in 2019 I had released an album through distribution through TuneCore, and it just failed massively. I lost money on it, and then I lost like confidence. Nobody listened to me.
Gotcha.
So then Preem started doing streams, and then I was motivated. Every time he would do his beat making stream, I was motivated to make a beat that day. So then I started the server, and then I got Preem's number, and we were talking like text messages, and I'm like, hey bro, so what happened? I'm trying to remember. He started listening to your music after the beat making.
The kickbacks, yeah.
But it wasn't the kickback just yet.
Gotcha.
So it was me and Seki sending music to Preem on Gmail.
Oh,
And then
wow. Humble beginnings.
yeah, and then once more people started coming and they were sending music to his Gmail, he started losing storage, and it was just getting really hard for him. So I said, "Hey, I got this server on Discord. Do you want to use it for your streams?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm down." So then it just started building from there. Um, so a lot of it has to do with Preem.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's like almost exactly my story, except way further down. Because like I don't know, I don't know if it was you posting. I think it was either you or Preem himself. I was just surfing Discord to see if I could find a place to promote my music. Because I mean, Discord. I'm a frequent Discord user. I've used Discord. Like YouTube and Discord are my two primary things I use. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to start promoting my music my way, and I'm going to look for a community on Discord. I'm going to look for ways to promote myself on Discord. And it's just, I joined this random-ass server for musicians. Didn't really find too much there, except for that one post with a live stream. One of Preem's live streams. One of the kickbacks. I think Preem himself posted it. I don't know. And I was like, you know what the fuck? This might be interesting. I was like, my expectations, I didn't expect, I was like, the moment I saw like an overwhelming majority of like hip hop tracks, I thought I'd stick out like a sore thumb. I didn't know if anyone was gonna like it. I think you were there. I remember you were there.
Yeah.
In fact, you were one of the ones who reassured me, like, no, we accept all kinds of music here. And it's like, I think it was what was the song? January. That was my first song ever submitted. So yeah. Yeah.
And so the whole reason I even was on Discord is because I was watching this channel on YouTube, Steven Still Live, and he just talked about cryptocurrency and like Dogecoin and stuff, and it was all hyped up at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Hey guys, come join my server on Discord." So I did, and I'm like, that's when I started using Discord. It wasn't even for anything except to kind of communicate with that community, which I
Gotcha.
don't really talk to any of them people anymore. But,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. So now, and yeah, Preem, it feels like years. It feels like years. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd love to go back to see those old videos. Some things I do is like I'll go to a YouTube channel that I'm familiar with a lot, and I'm like that I've subscribed to kind of late, and I'm like, you know what? I want to see what their oldest videos were like, and sometimes it's a fucking trip because they're super different.
Yeah, I watched one of the streams not too long ago that it was me and Preem. It was a collab with me and Preem,
Mm-hmm.
and it was called Future, something Future, Back to the Future, maybe. I don't remember what the beat was called. It was something like that. Bap, like boom bap.
Bap to the future, like a pun.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. I love that.
Yeah, so I was watching that, and then I remember I was watching the live chat replay, and I'm all, who made this sick ass melody? And Seki was like, "What do you mean? Wasn't that you?" I'm like, "Bro, never mind."
That's funny. Seasonal says that he and his friends were looking for live streams to submit our music to and found Preem. Yeah, that's just it happens. I'm curious, Seasonal, where did you find Preem? Because I found him on random Discord server. I don't know where you found him. like I found like I don't usually search for live streams on YouTube, or I'm not a frequent listener or what viewer of live streams until I started until Rich Eye Preem, until music streams. Like I've
Tell
never.
you where I found Preem.
Yeah, where did you find Preem?
So this goes back to the Dogecoin hype days, 2021.
YouTube, cool.
On YouTube, on Jerry Fermetta's YouTube channel. Preem was on there, and he did a studio tour.
I think I've seen
that.
that video. I mean, I haven't seen that. I haven't watched that video, but I've seen that on his channel.
It was Jerry Fermetta, not Preem.
Oh.
Preem was featured on Jerry's channel.
Oh, okay.
Showing his studio. So I immediately went and found Preem on Instagram and followed him. So then one day I was just scrolling through the stories on Instagram, and I seen Preem. So he was live streaming, so I went right there. That was his first stream.
Cool.
And then I went in and I said, "Hey, what's up? What's good?" And he said, "Oh, what's up? Abstrakt. We'll make you a mod." That's when me and Seki became mods the first day.
Yeah, wow, that's cool.
September 19th.
It's funny, it'd be interesting to since I'm like one of the newer members of the community, it'd be interesting. It's like I never knew. I've seen Seki appear once or twice. I never knew he was such an OG. I thought it was more like Kamikaze Shots or Rob Snow. When did they come in?
So it was me and Seki, and then I know I invited Stan and Rob at the same time because I seen them on Busy Workmates Discord music review, and I posted some music, and they're like, "Oh, this is dope." Both of them were like, "This is dope." Like, cool. And then I invited them, and they didn't. They showed up to the Discord server sometime in September, in late September. Rob started going to the streams probably in October or so. And then probably like
this is October of what year?
Last year, 2020.
Oh, okay. 2020. 2021?
2021, yeah. So then Stan came probably in October too, because I made When I'm in the Zone in November. So yeah, just the end of the year last year. And Kamikaze Shots too around the same time. I think I'll see. I don't know, because what happened is, so I went to all the servers I was in that was music related, and I just spam invited like a million people. Then a lot of them didn't join, but the ones that did were like Take and 808 Bands and I can't remember other dude's name, but he's really popular basically. He was like one of the first people I invited, and he joined, and he's in the servers. I can't remember his name. Just people.
Yeah, wow. For some reason in my mind, that's probably because I wasn't around for the very beginning. I always assumed there was a lot more. It was like spanned a lot more time. I thought I was a lot newer, but it turns out I appeared. I think I appeared in 20. I appeared this year. I appeared like January of this year, didn't I? That's when I came.
Probably around the same time I dropped Abstrakt.
Around the same time as what?
That I dropped Abstrakt Noise. I think so.
Yeah, oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Because I remember, I think I remember listening to that on one of Preem's streams. It might have been the one I was on. I don't know.
Seems like a long time ago. It's hard to remember.
Yeah. It's funny. I always thought I was like really really like later on, but it turns out it's like, I don't know, actually pretty
Yeah,
close
well,
together.
like maybe like 10 streams into after the Preem's first stream, Seki was like, you guys don't really know each other. Like, you guys didn't grow up together. Me and Preem.
Mhm.
No, we barely met.
Yeah. I've also wondered like how it's always interesting. I always wondered like how everybody in the community met each other. Like I thought it's possible like you and Preem. I didn't necessarily assume that you knew each other in real life, but I thought you might have known each other for like online for years or something. I don't know. You have a
Yeah.
lot of chemistry. You seem to be you're both kind of like the two main guys, if that makes sense.
Well, we know each other in real life. We just never met in person.
Mm. Well, what do you mean you've never met in person, but you know each other in real life?
Fake life.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess, like, do you mean like you know each other's real names? Is that it, or?
No. I mean, we do, but it's just kind of a thing that me and my wife were talking about one day. Because I said, yeah, I don't know Preem in real life. She's like, well, you know him in real life. You just never met him.
Yeah. Technically, yeah. I mean, I mean, aside from people who don't know you back, which I guess is like a parasocial relationship, like technically that's true with everybody who you know and that knows you. Like, I mean, I guess that's the definition. That's how you do it, right? That's how you classify it. That's how. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just been saying that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Fantastic. Also, you guys can ask questions too, by the way. Like, anybody else who wants to ask Abstrakt a question is welcome to. I'm nearing the end of my written questions. But I have 2 more, I believe. Yeah, 2 more. Oh, this is another interesting question I've been wanting to ask. What's your plan on live streaming yourself, since you've talked about it? I know you've had technical difficulties starting up, or have a few, like, I think internet was one of them, but, like, what are your plans in that regard?
Probably when I get a new computer, honestly.
Hmm.
This computer, it's good enough to do music and to do internet. That's about it. It's not good enough to stream. It's not powerful.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I thought it might have been the internet issue, but I think it's the CPU. It's only a Ryzen 3. So it's not anything. It's not that powerful.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when I try to stream Studio One Open, it just doesn't do good.
Hmm.
I just think it's the computer. So when I get a new computer, and once I upgrade, which will probably be not anytime soon, I might start streaming.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that'd be dope. Only fair since it's your server that you start streaming on your server.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I mean, might be too premature now, but like, what kind of streams would you like to do? I don't know if you've thought about it too much, but just curious.
So I've wanted to do like listening to your music type streams, like the kickback.
Yeah.
Then also, I don't really want to do gaming streams because, to be honest, I kind of suck at games. So,
I also suck at games, but
yes, I don't want to really do that. But maybe making music, maybe like show my process.
yeah,
I've
that'd be awesome.
never really showed anybody my process, how I make my music.
That'd also be dope.
And then maybe just something like podcasts, just talking random.
Yeah.
Just we'll come up, like maybe come up with a subject. And I just roll with it. Kind of like this, but not like
Not like would you like kind of like this, but like just yourself, or would you have other people on, or?
I would like to have like a guest star.
I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be dope. I love that idea. Again,
Yeah,
like
not like this, like
not
rap,
like
like
not like an interview format, but like just casual.
yeah, just like whoever, like if Primo's open to it, like every time I'd go live for that type of stream, it would be me and Primo or something.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
would be like just talking. Thanks, Primo.
Abstrakt
You
is
should see.
naturally funny as fuck. I know his streams will be entertaining without him trying.
You should see me. You should see me like that word. I just have people cracking up like constantly.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to see your streams whenever you create them, because I think that'd be dope.
It's in due time.
Yeah.
Everything happens when it happens. Everything that happens when it is supposed to happen. That's how I look at life.
Yeah, I agree.
If like say I want a new car, but I
Mhm.
can't get a new car because I don't have the money, I will get a new car eventually when it's meant to happen.
Yes.
And that's
like,
everything. That's life. It's just anything in life.
yeah, and I
If
think
it's not
that's
meant to be, it's not meant to be.
and I think that's a pretty stress relieving outlook as well, because it's like you don't have to do anything special that you're already like. You could set goals, but don't expect to reap your rewards like right away, because you only started them now. Like, you got to take your time.
Yeah, and I just always look at it like when it's meant to be, it'll happen. And if it's not meant to be, if it never happens, then it was never meant to be.
Yeah.
But the streams won't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like a mixture, because it's like, yeah, like, I mean, you still want to like try for it, but like don't knock yourself out, or like don't like wear yourself out. Just, yeah, just do what's realistic and still try, but like don't knock yourself out.
Yeah, it's the same with my music. I've been pumping out music like constantly for this whole year. I put out so much music, and right now I'm just at a point where I'm not sure what I'm doing with my music. I haven't made anything in about 2 weeks. I haven't really made a beat. I haven't even. Today's the first time I turned on my computer. So right now I'm just kind of at this point where I'm trying to figure myself out with music.
Gotcha.
I know I still want to make music, but it's more along the lines of how am I going to promote my next project or track? How am I going to? Because that don't want to see me win. I don't want to put that out because to me, I feel like it's such a powerful song, and I don't want it to get like lost.
You want to be ready, and you want to know how to promote it before you release it.
Yeah, I want it to blow up. I want that song to blow up, and I don't.
It definitely has potential to blow the fuck up for sure.
Yeah, I want it to be the song that everybody loves, but I need to figure out how to put it out and how to get it, to that point. So right now I'm at this point where my music is kind of on, because I'm figuring out other things in life too, outside of music. I work far from home, so I spend like 3 hours a day driving.
Right.
So I will eventually get back to the mic and back to recording. Probably just at this point, I'm probably gonna make songs on my own beats. From now on. For now.
Just like keeping it all insular, making songs by yourself for the time being.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna work on what I'm working on with the other artists I'm working on, like as featured, as like a featured artist. But my own like solo tracks are gonna be from now on. For now, will be 100% solo. That's beat, mixing, all that,
Right.
which typically is anyway. Like I'll rap on other people's beats and I'll still be mixing it, mastering it myself. But well, I have one beat from Preem that I'm gonna make a song first.
Yeah. When I finally start collaborating with people, I want it to be like a big event. Because I'm not collaborating with anybody yet, but like when I do collaborate with people, it's gonna be like an explosion of collaborations. So that's gonna be crazy. I have a lot of plans for that.
Also, speaking about collabs with you, if you're up for it,
yes,
and when you're ready, my favorite song you've ever made is "I Got It."
I was gonna say I would love to have you on that at some point.
I love that song, and I always, every time, because you have a lot of instrumentation playing. There's a lot of instrumental on that song, and I always I'm always freestyling on the instrumental parts.
Yes, and it's so funny you say that because like I've always imagined rap vocals on that instrumental.
Yeah,
it's like I was
perfect.
Yeah, like honestly, the I Got It was like a fucking ad lib. I didn't even have any of that written down. I was like seeing this. I was trying to find out if I could like freestyle rap. I didn't. I just ended up repeating. The words "I got it," and that just kind of became an ad lib, and that's it.
It works.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same as this shit hit different. I just freestyle. It was like
hit different. Yeah.
Punch in, punch out, punch in, punch out. But it was just freestyles.
Knuckin' Futz certified, indeed, Preem.
I wish I had a voice changer.
Oh yes, the voice changer. I have a voice.
Knuckin' Futz certified.
That wasn't voice changer. That was just my voice.
Oh.
I could do a voice changer though. Let me. Hold on.
Knuckin' Futz certified.
My favorite one was Super Clean.
Sparkle. Yeah. The
the
reverb, along with the higher voice. I actually use I have a voice changer directly connected to OBS for multiple reasons. The least of which is actually showing off my different voices, in which I have many. I use it primarily because there's a setting there that can make my mic stereo versus because otherwise it just sounds like this, and I bet that sounds weird. It's because it's mono. But yeah.
Yeah. I barely hear a difference. But
yeah.
I'm not an audiophile like you or Preem. So
that's fair. Yeah, but just like it's fucking because like it only plays out of one speaker. It plays out of the right one, I believe.
Oh yeah. No, when you play mono, it goes in ears.
For me, it doesn't do that. I don't know. Like my setup, it doesn't do that for me.
Okay. Yeah, that's why the people who I go to the most to like get an opinion on our feedback, on a mix is you or Preem.
Yeah, that's fair.
You or Preem.
I feel like the thing I notice the most in a song is whether syllables are in sync with the beat. That is what I've noticed the most. I don't know why, but I feel like out of everything else, that is what I look out for the most. I have like, and
Yeah,
like,
you pointed that out to me too on, I can't remember what song it was. I think it's Lil Joe. I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
like
Lil
your
Joe.
vocals sound off beat everywhere. You're like, "Ugh." And
Yeah,
it was like I just copied and pasted it in the wrong song.
yeah, dude. The amount of times I fine tune vocals in like it's such an OCD thing for me. I gotta work on it. It's like such a perfectionist OCD thing for me. The vocals, the syllables, the sound files. I gotta have them completely in sync.
And lately, when I'm in the zone compared to my last track I recorded, what I've been doing more is making sure my syllables are more on point.
Mm-hmm.
Say like one sentence has a syllable, my next sentence has to have a syllable. So it's like if I do 4 bars, each bar in that 4-bar segment has to have the same amount of syllables.
Yeah.
And I like to do my rhymes like sometimes I'll do like each word will run with the next sentence, each word, each
Mhm.
syllable or whatever. That's a little hard to do. So I like to do like the last 3 syllables of each. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice if you like really listen to my writing.
Yeah. I also try to do that. I try to keep the syllables for the most part consistent with each other. That's actually one of the things like in the past I would try to like I guess double time my syllables to try to squeeze extra in, and ironically the person who to point that out to say like, you know, that might not actually sound too great, or like you might want to nip that in the bud, was actually my mom. She's also a musician. I don't know if you know that,
Really?
but she's also a musician.
Yeah, it's always my wife with me. You put too much syllables.
Mm-hmm.
It's like but sometimes like on when I'm in the zone, I did put too many syllables for beat drops where I say you're not gonna be able to show your face in the streets. I put too many syllables there. But I did that on purpose because the beat dropped.
Yeah,
At
I
that
think
point.
a lot of, honestly, I love lots of syllables. You just gotta time it right, and you gotta be consistent, which is hard to
Yeah.
do, but it's fucking awesome when like I love rapid fire syllables. I use that phrase a lot, but it's like I don't like just like a mile a minute machine gun paced syllables is like I don't know, I foam at the mouth for that shit. That's fucking awesome.
That was always the part where Preem would always mention if I shared it on the chick. You're not gonna be able to show your face in the streets. he always be like point that out, that part that he likes best.
Yeah. Or like, forget what you said. Forget what track it was, and forget what exactly you said. But it started with "I'm a beast on the mic." I'm a beast on the mic. And then I don't remember the rest. But
that's never going anywhere.
yeah,
I'm a beast on the mic. I'm a beast certified.
Yeah, I'm a beast on the mic. I'm a beast on the mic. I'm a beast certified. That that was just like blows my mind at first. It was like, holy shit. Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was fucking dope. That's still one of my favorite. That's like still one of my favorite moments where you just snapped.
Yeah, that whole second part of that verse, 8 parts.
And like chat, please feel free to ask your own questions if you have any. Because
one of my favorite bars I've ever did was I go instrumental on the instruments, but I assemble is fundamental.
That is some wordplay, I will say. That was unintentional.
So if no one has anything to ask, I'm gonna go with this my end goal.
Yeah. The end goal. Like what I particularly wrote down was, what are your aspirations and where you hope to see yourself in the future, which is essentially the same thing, your end goal.
Yeah. So, well, it's not really an end goal. It's just the beginning goal.
Yeah, or just like where you want to see yourself in the future, you know?
So my goal has been and will always be until it happens is to become Future Movement Beats, to become a record label that signs artists. That's my long term. My short term goal is to help the aspiring artists who are younger than me that need direction in their music. I'm not the best musician. I'm not like saying I'm like the know all be all. I'm not a music guru. I'm not like a promoting guru. I'm not a mixing and mastering guru or any of that. But I do have tips for people. If anyone needs help with anything that I can help them with, I'm gonna do it. I've helped Digital Love a lot. I've helped Universe Kid a lot. And anyone that ever needs any type of guidance, whether it's life guidance, whether it's music guidance, anything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If I've always been the type to, Alt Z has reached out to me for personal stuff. Kamikaze Shots, other people they reach out to me, and I don't know what it is about me. If I just like have this energy that says, "Hey, you could talk to me," but I do. I'm open to it.
That's so interesting you say that, because I have a very similar. I feel like I have a very similar energy in friend groups I'm with that aren't necessarily this friend group, but like other friend groups. But like, yeah, it's interesting. Kamikaze Shots have also kind of reached out to me from time to time as well. It's interesting. I feel like I also kind of give off that vibe. I don't know, but yeah, that's cool. It's cool. I think those are admirable aspirations for sure. It would be cool to see Future Movement Beats as it stands. I mean, this is obviously not how this works, but as it stands, it almost feels like I am signed under Future Movement Beats, and at least in a way, because it's like I'm relying on your server to kind of promote my own streams. So it almost feels like we're interconnected in that way.
Yeah, and that's, I know like a lot of musicians at my level, their goals are different. My goals are not for my better interest, actually. Don't get me wrong, I want to make money. That's that's my goal in life, is to make money and to not work a job for somebody. But my goal
awesome,
isn't
Digital. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm just hearing what Digital Love said about you.
Oh yeah. And I always talk to Digital Love almost every day. We exchange ideas a lot. Me, him, and Universe Kid have been having a chat for a while. They've been doing some pretty crazy stuff.
That's awesome.
I'm excited to see what happens with them two, with us three. I'm excited to see what happens within the community. I know the Future Movement Beats server is not the best server on Discord. I don't know where things went wrong. I don't know if it was just when I spam invited a bunch of people in the beginning. I don't know where things went wrong there, but we have our core people. There's like 10 of us, maybe a little, maybe more, but we're all doing stuff, and that right there is enough for me, because I know that I've made an impact in somebody's life. And that's all I want, really, is because when I was Digital Love's age, 17 years old, that's when I started recording in at studios. But I didn't really have, I had a mentor, but he wasn't like always reliable. So it was like I would show up to the studio, which was far from my house, and I'd have to take the bus and walk or something. And
Mm.
I'd get there and he wasn't there. And it's like, damn it, now I got to walk all the way home. And shit like that. Like, I never really had like all of the help that I feel like I could provide for, people. I mean, even if someone out there, like one of the core people were like, hey bro, do you want to make a beat for me? I'm like, hell yeah. No problem. I'll send that right over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but my beats aren't for everybody neither.
Mm-hmm.
My beats are like for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
make-
yeah. For
when I
you
make
and for
beat-
anyone else's, for you and for anyone else who may or may not be interested, you know.
Yeah. And like the only person that really has rapped on my beats is Preem. It's me and Preem.
Yeah.
So
And I
Which-
think like you had two other people on though, K2 Snappin and Universe Kid.
K2 Snapping, that's not my beat. That's
Oh
beat.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it was still on your. I mean, not your beat, but wasn't it like your what? Weren't you still on it? Weren't you like were you a feature or were you featured?
It's my song.
Your song, but not your instrumental.
Yeah, the reason I haven't released that song is because I can't get a hold of K2 Snapping and I need his vocals separate because I need to record my vocals again because I don't like my vocals.
Hmm.
So I haven't released that beat because he never answers me on Discord. So yeah, so maybe maybe one day in the future K2 Snapping will be too famous to reach out to me, so then I'll just release that song.
Fair enough. Right off his coattails, if you will.
Yeah, but I really do want him to send me the vocals so I can record my verse and redo the hook. Excuse me. Because I like the song. I really like the song. But I just don't like my delivery. I have a new mic now. So
yeah.
I'd rather use my mic that I have now and record my vocals because I don't know if you've noticed, but my last like 4 or 5 songs that I released sound a lot better. Crisp.
Yeah, I mean I noticed everything about I Don't Want to See Me Win, just objectively crisper, just the whole thing. I don't know I don't know how long you spent on that instrumental, but it's just every part of it was like fucking so professional sounding.
Yeah, so that song has 35 tracks and about 20 buses that I send sounds, and then it takes up a lot of CPU when I play it. It's crazy. It's so many tracks, and it's like a lot of the tracks are like perks. It's just perky. It's like Perkaholics mixtape all day. It's just like the most perkalicious song I've made, I think.
Perkalicious. I like it.
Yeah. And yeah, Digital Love. I will. When I get the motivation to write to that beat, I'm definitely going to record to it. It's just that beat right there. What do we call it? Digital Artimus.
Ooh, I like that title.
Yeah, that beat is actually Preem came up with that title.
That's awesome. Digital Artimus.
He came up with that unintentionally because I played it on his kickback, and he
just kind of said that off the cuff.
Yeah, so then I just
amazing.
Yeah, so it has kind of a dubstep feel to it. So it's rapping on like a dubstep feel type beat is hard to me.
Nice. That's cool. Again, one of these days I'm gonna collab with you guys, and it's gonna be stellar. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so I have something in the works with Seasonal. He sent me first. Cream, he obviously sent me a beat. It's one of his release beats. So that's about it. Like, I have some stuff that I'm working with digital first kid.
Gotcha.
Then I have a song with Universe Kid that I'm waiting for him to do his. Then I have a song with somebody named Antronic. He's part of the community, but he doesn't really do anything. He doesn't join streams or anything. He just kind of randomly hit me up. He found me in the other song. He just DM'd me asking if I want to collab. So he's the one that made the beat for Let It Breathe.
Ah. Yeah, I remember that.
And then the song that I did, played it on your stream, and then I re-recorded it, played it on Kidbat. It was Worth.
What was it? The name? What was the name?
Worth.
Worth. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I made another song with that dude, but I haven't heard back from him since I sent him my phone. So, see what he's doing. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm gonna just work on some solo projects.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's awesome. Yeah.
And I might. It's hard because I have that song with Preem, and so it was talking about my anxiety. And Preem talks about fighting demons, but realizing that it's genius. So I posted a snippet on Instagram with Paul that said, should I release it as a single or an EP? And more votes went to single, but I still be like, fuck that, I'm doing an EP.
Yeah. It's so interesting, like, how that happens, because it's like, when you can't decide something and then you flip a coin and then you don't like your result, you realize you were biased and you were like, okay, wait, maybe I want to do this.
Yeah. So, and I did like 40 bars. I did that song, which I need to redo because there's a lot of imperfections. But hey,
Yeah.
Dick McGuffin, what's up, man?
Dick McGuffin. Trailing to the end of this interview, but if you want to ask my man Abstrakt any questions, you're welcome to. We haven't had any chat questions yet, but I'm definitely open to having that discourse. I think that'd be dope.
Any questions? I'm here.
Yeah. Anyway, were you sorry to derail, were you saying something?
I don't know. My brain works like a mile a minute.
Yeah, I hyperfixated on when you mentioned anxiety, I hyperfixated on that because I also struggle from a fair amount of anxiety as well. Been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder actually. So it could be a little bit it could be pretty debilitating sometimes, my mental health, but like I try to keep it under wraps and I don't like to talk about it too much because oftentimes when I talk about it, it gets worse, or just I don't think it deserves the amount of attention I'm giving it sometimes, and oftentimes it goes away when that happens.
I feel that. See, my thing with anxiety is like I'll get anxious about something and then I'll do like some breathing exercises and then I talk myself down and say, this isn't killing me. This isn't killing me. It's not like gonna hurt me. This is not gonna physically take me out. So what am I worried about?
Yeah.
Preem, favorite BPM of all time and favorite to produce it.
Yeah.
So somewhere between like 85 and 87 to rap on. Are 130 to 140. Those are my two favorite to rap on. To produce, I think I make the dopest. Like when I make my beats, my favorite beats are usually in the 90s. So like 92 to 97, something around there.
Cool. Yeah, I've never gone under 100 on FL Studio. I think I have some like there's a part of my brain that just like refuses to let me. I just
Yeah,
don't.
I've been all over the place. I made a beat at 200 BPM. I've made a beat at 60 BPM. I'm just all over the place.
Yeah,
I've
honestly,
never went under 60 or over 200. But
Yeah, I'd say my BPM ranges from 100 to like 100 to 200 or 200 and maybe 100 to like 260, something like that.
my main tempo that I work with lands between 85 and 140. Something about 150 BPM throws me off so bad I can't rap on it. It's just really hard for me to like do anything.
That's fair.
And that's not 1 2 1 2. That's 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 where you halftime it. It just like for some reason, if it's 150, it just always throws me off. I just can't get it. I don't know why. And I've always been the type to be like, I can rap on any beat. Give me a 150 BPM beat, and I'm just struggling. It's hard. I could freestyle on it. It's just like writing the song and recording. It throws me off. And it's not even the writing. I could write to it. It's the recording part that throws me off. I just always feel like,
Yeah.
man, I felt offbeat, and I can't get it right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if anybody wants to send me beats, just don't give me 150.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like I have a similar experience with time signatures, or I guess what's another word for it? Yeah, time signatures or meters. Basically, just like the the most common being like 4/4. Overwhelming majority of my songs are 4/4, but sometimes I have 3/4. Like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 or 1 2, like a waltz.
Yeah. I've never tried that. I've
yeah.
always been inclined to do the 5/4,
5/4.
but I've never tried it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I've never tried that either. I think it would be pretty epic if you did. Even if it was like at certain parts. I think that'd be pretty cool. I know I know when I asked Rich Av Preem in one of his streams, I think it was Loop Lab. Don't remember which. I think it was his latest. But I asked, like, have you ever experimented with different time signatures? And I don't know if he understood what I meant. I don't know if I could have explained it better, but yeah, time signatures are just, 3-4 times or 4 times or something like that.
5. Yeah.
5-4 times or 5-8 times. It could be whatever the fuck you want, but 4 times is the most common for a fuck ton of genres.
Yeah. And like the 5/4, I always am inclined to do that. And I'm also inclined to do an 11 BPM beat from that one that was on the kickback that said 11 BPM, but obviously wasn't. I just want to do that just to see what I could do with 11 BPM.
That would be interesting.
And actually, you know what? I lied because I did do a 240 BPM beat one time, but I did a halftime on that. So it was basically 120.
Yeah. It's so interesting. It's so weird when you throw in concepts like halftime like, because like then you start to wonder like, okay, what is the point in adding up or slowing down? It's basically just a vibes thing, Yeah, like,
when you do like a faster tempo, you could do your hi-hats at like a 1/16 bar, and it'll sound way faster than if you do it. So if you did 240, but you have to admit you did it 1/16 hi-hat on every 16th. It's going to sound like a 1/32nd bar hi-hat, so then it sound really fast. If you do a 1/16 on a 120 beat, it's just going to be 1/16 of a bar or of a beat, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
technology.
I never was good at math or anything involving numbers. But yeah, I've kind of learned to be good at that at least because, you know, it's music and I make music. So, got to learn that.
I'm what's the word? Extraordinary when it comes to numbers.
Cool. Cool.
So, like, I'm not good at math, but if you tell me a phone number, I'll remember it.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
won't write it down, and I'll remember it.
That's
I
cool.
mean, I remembered like all
very-
numbers. Like,
very
it's
handy.
crazy.
That's very handy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
and it-
unfortunately, I'm bad at numbers and math, so yeah.
I'm good at math, but it's just certain. I'm not like if you give me like a trigonometry problem,
Yeah.
I'm good at numbers. It's just like numbers are like a big part of who I am, I guess.
Mm.
Number like a lot of even like with my music, I don't know if you've noticed, but I title some of my music numbers.
Yeah, 40 like what was the number? This is an example of me not being good at numbers. 5923, was that what it was?
5923. Yeah.
I got it right. I got it right. I was almost going to do like I was almost going to do 3923, but it was 5923. Got it.
Yeah, so 5923 is my elevation right where I sit,
Mm.
5,923 feet above sea.
Ah,
Right here, right where I sit.
cool, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so
I
that's
wonder
where that
how
came
high I wonder how I am above sea level. I've never measured it or anything or looked it up.
Sacramento, you're probably like 100 feet.
Probably, yeah. I live in like Sacramento.
Yeah, because how long is it to get to a beach?
A few hours. Just like an
Okay,
hour
yeah,
and a
so
half.
you're inland, so yeah, you're probably about 100, 200 feet.
Yeah, not as
I think
not as
the
high as
highest
not as high as you. Definitely more flood risk.
I think the highest up I was in California in LA was like almost 1,000 feet up above sea level. That
Mm.
was like more mountainous inland.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you're higher than you're higher than me. I've always sometimes I always thought about was like something I've always thought about was like where we're like if this were realistic, like I don't know where you're like which direction you're facing, like whether east, north, or south, and versus which direction I'm facing, and what it would look like if suddenly everything was like to scale, our locations were to scale, what this stream would look like.
I'm facing southwest
Hmm.
right now.
Let me see where I'm facing. I'm facing southeast.
Oh, right on opposite.
Yeah, so you're facing this direction right now, wherever you are. In Colorado, that's where you live?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so
somewhere.
if I turn
goes-
this way, I'm facing something else.
Yeah.
So, and that's one thing I've always been good with is directions.
Hmm.
Like I can, if I have to drive somewhere once with GPS, I don't have to do it again. I don't have to ever use GPS after.
Nice. I don't drive enough to I don't drive enough to have that, unfortunately. But I've gotten better. I don't drive enough, period. But yeah. I've gotten my I've gotten my license like only a couple years back, so I'm a fairly new driver, and I haven't driven to a whole lot of places ever since COVID hit. But yeah.
I've driven. Well, I started driving at a very young age.
Mm.
I started. Well, I learned. I first drove the first time I was like 12. Then I learned when I was like about 15. I had a car when I was 16. Just drove everywhere. I just drove.
Mm.
And then I was a driver professionally. Uh, drove a truck.
Cool. Like a semi?
No, like just a like box truck or flatbed.
Ah,
Big enough. They're big trucks.
gotcha.
Didn't need my CDL. I've actually driven a semi, but
You have?
only in a parking lot. I just moved it,
Gotcha.
and it had no trailer. Trailer was attached.
Gotcha.
I hate backing up trailers. I hate driving. I don't hate driving. I hate driving truck.
That's fair, yeah. I've driven an SUV like once, and ever since then I've only driven cars. I don't know if I would ever drive an SUV or a bigger truck. I don't think I would do that. Maybe
Yeah,
in the future. Maybe in the
my
future.
My new car is like so tiny.
Yeah, honestly, the tinier the better, except for the fact that you like it's an interesting balance because it's like you want it to be maneuverable and easy to drive, so you could park it basically anywhere with a lot of forgiving. Like you could park it without crashing it or bumping it against anything. Like, or you're less likely to bump it against anything, but you're also like, if you're in an accident, like a head-on, like if you're in a collision, you don't want to die either. You want to have some space between you and,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that goes back to if it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
live life. That's my outlook on life. If it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
It's the easiest way for me to live. I've
Whatever your mantra is. I have to have a mantra for myself. I guess my mantra would be this too shall pass. Cuz it's like it's something I say often to reassure myself, like whatever I'm stressed or anxious about, like I'm not going to be, maybe even in the next 30 minutes or hour. Like whatever you think is going to be whatever your brain is convinced you that it's a national emergency, you won't even be thinking about, at least like especially like maybe like a day or a week from now, like
yeah.
I just
also that goes to what's in the past is in the past.
Mm-hmm,
You can never change. It's just you can't change what happened, but you can change. You can change your direction to do better.
yeah, I like that for sure.
And also another thing is you can't control what is out of your control, obviously, because it's out of your control. But you can control your reaction to the action, to whatever you can't control. So if something's out of your control, the only thing you can control about that is your reaction.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's great for sure, cuz like I have a hard time accepting when things are out of my control, or especially when things have already happened, when they're in the past and they're literally out of my control because it's already happened, it's already done.
And then you dwell on it and it stresses you out.
Yeah.
It's just about it and it consumes you.
Exactly, yeah. And I think just like acceptance is also a very good thing to do. Like just accept, like, it's already happened. It's in the past, it doesn't matter.
And that's what I tell people all the time. You need to learn how to move on from whatever it was. You don't have to forget it. You don't have to forget that it happened. But move on.
Yeah.
Move on from it. because it's already happened. It can't change.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't go back. It's like
You could learn from
on
it. You could learn from it though, but you don't.
yeah. It's like on the Lion King. Do you remember the original Lion King where
I'm
Rafiki?
ashamed to admit that I never watched The Lion King.
Oh man! So Rafiki finds Simba, and he's telling him all this. It's in the past. It doesn't matter anymore. And then he smacks Simba with a stick, and Simba's like, "Oh, what was that for?" And he says, "It doesn't matter. It's in the past." It's just like I've always like took that scene into consideration. It's like,
That's kind of a dick move.
yeah, I've even did it. I've even slapped somebody and like
Doesn't matter. It's in the past. It's like it's so long ago, like a few seconds ago. Why are you holding a grudge about it? It was only a few seconds. It's like it was like seconds ago. It's not that it was so long ago.
But yeah, so the
That's
point
so
is
funny.
you can't change what happened in the past, but you can
You can decide how you respond for sure. Yeah.
and then you could learn from it and move on. And the next time
Digital love's cracking up over here.
the next time you find yourself in that same sort of situation, you might have learned a lesson from the last time, and then you can do better at that point.
Yeah. I think it's cool to have a musician's outlook as well as not on life, not just when it comes to their music. I think it's cool that we have that we're having these discussions for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else to say? Any closing statements before we end this interview or anything?
Don't get drunk.
Okay, fantastic advice.
Getting drunk is not worth it. It's not fun. Not in my opinion.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I've actually never been drunk. I've never been drunk. I've never really had any alcohol before. I still want to try it. Not too much, but I still want to try it. Get buzzed or something. And
No, I drink sometimes, but getting drunk's not worth it.
Yeah.
Preem asks, any goals for the end of the year music wise?
Oh, good question.
My goals for the end of the year music wise. Right now, I don't really have a end of the year goal. Honestly, it's
Just day by day.
yeah. My goal, I don't know. I guess pay for my next year of DistroKid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's about it. I don't really have a goal for the end of the year right
Mm-hmm.
now. I just don't know where I'm at with music right now.
That's fair. That's understandable. It's in your Dick McGuffin says it's in your better interest to not go down the path of alcohol. Everybody knows, as the saying goes, a drunk ain't shit.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I've had alcohol problems in my past, and right now, at my point in my life, like, my mentality, I allow myself to drink alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't allow myself to drink too much alcohol. There's a difference. It's the control
Yeah.
part. I don't like being out of control. Like, just like you, alcohol, when you drink too much of it, you lose control of yourself, of your own mentality, of who you are. You change. You're a different person when you're drunk.
Yeah.
So, and that goes back to, I was talking to Digital Love about something just random, and I just said, oh yeah, I came up with that when I was drunk a long time ago. And then I was like, don't drink. Just don't. It's
Yeah.
just one thing. I've had a lot of family members who are alcoholics. I've had family members that die from alcohol. I've
Mm.
had, family members that are drug addicts and all that. And I don't condone them as people because it's an addiction and it's a disease.
Yeah.
Um, I condemn the drug. Like I don't
Or
I
you said,
don't
you said you said condone. You meant to say condemn.
yeah,
Them as
condemn. Yeah.
people. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it's an addiction. I've been addicted
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm drug free for like a long time. I don't keep track.
Mm.
But I mean smoke weed, but I don't consider weed a drug. I consider it an herb and a healing herb at that. And I use it as a medication for my med school
Mm.
self. Yeah. So and I don't do it all the time. Like right now it's been like a couple days. So like I don't do it all the time.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I feel like that I really think that the prejudice people have towards weed is misplaced. And it's just
Yeah.
it's just because weed hasn't been around as long as alcohol, when alcohol is significantly more bad for you. Because like I don't
Yeah.
you can't die from weed. The most that'll happen is you get greened out, or is that it? Is that what you call it? Greened out? You take too much?
I've never heard that term.
I've heard of that before,
But
greened out.
but you could get, I mean, tired.
Yeah.
You could get the munchies. You can eat too much.
The munchies, that's another term I've heard.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't say like it's okay to do as long as you're of legal age to do.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was younger, I smoked. I smoked ever since I was a little kid, and I don't recommend it because
No.
there's a lot of. I mean, your brain isn't even fully developed until you're 24.
Yeah. That's why that's why I don't really plan on drinking or smoking or ingesting any sort of substance that isn't like, medically prescribed to me until I'm like 24 or 25 for that reason.
Yeah.
And my mom has advised that as well. But yeah. I feel like I do want to try both though. Cuz I feel like a hypocrite now cuz like I was like, "You know what? I'm going to try drinking with some of my friends more." But like or like one of my friends, now that I'm like when I turned 21, I was like I had a few friends who were like, "Oh, we should go to the bar. We should have a share a drink or something, like that'd be cool."
Mm.
And I'm like, I will. I'm like I've still been squeamish about, the brain not being fully developed thing.
Mhm.
So I've been putting it off. That and the COVID pandemic is like I am a homebody and I'm pretty cautious when it comes to that. So it's like perfect excuse to just lay low and delay until I'm older.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to have a beer here and there, but I don't.
Mhm.
I hate getting drunk.
Yeah,
I've done
yeah.
stupid things when I was drunk. I just don't like it.
That's fair.
And that
yeah.
also stems to you learn from mistakes in the past. I made a lot of mistakes being drunk, so I learned from it, and now I don't do it.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Dick McGuffin's got a lot to say. Like you don't change at all under alcohol. What really happens is you just get dizzy and you lose your equilibrium, making you useless. Or you can't walk sometimes. You can't talk. To be honest.
No, I've been. So I'm gonna respond to that
Okay.
comment. When I get drunk, I'm a different person. I'm violent. I'm just belligerent. Say dumb things. I'm mean. I'm a different person. I'm not like that sober, ever. I mean, sometimes everybody has their times sober. I mean, but when I'm drunk, I'm just a different person.
Mm.
That's why I do it.
Like an angry drunk, essentially. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
there are different kinds of drunks I've heard of. Like there's the funny drunk, there's the angry drunk, there's
Mm.
you know. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I could go either way because I'm pretty funny, but I also can get pretty angry. Like I could go either way. I don't really know what kind of drunk I am because I've never been drunk. To be honest, we all have what's called addictive personality traits, and anything could be the catalyst. It just depends on if it's considered socially acceptable or not. Yeah, honestly,
definitely.
a lot of my OCD is inherently like fighting urges and just like impulsive, intrusive thoughts. Like I have a lot of intrusive thoughts and urges and shit. And that kind of manifests similar to addiction. So that's one of the reasons why I've kind of been also squeamish around drugs. It's like, you know, I feel like
And you're
I feel like I can be pretty susceptible to addiction.
and you're probably kind of a control freak. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I get that vibe. So when you're a control freak and you lose control because of substance, then you don't know how to be.
I don't know if I would I mean, I would love to be in control. I feel like I'm not in control most of the time, but
Mhm.
maybe I come across as a control freak because I'm constantly trying to battle that side of me. But like, I don't know.
Could be. I could sometimes I'm
Like I do like I do like to try to maintain like I guess I don't know like I like I'm because I'm not always in control of or like I'm not always I'll do things I regret constantly because I'm like succumbing to you know temptations, the id, if you will.
yeah.
Um and I try to constantly fight that because I feel like I have to, and it's very detrimental sometimes. Like one of
Good
the
thing about that is that we're all artists, every one of us.
mm-hmm.
We're all artists, so we all have a form of output, something we could put our frustrations into, our anger,
Yeah.
yeah, anything that we feel, we could go on our computer and release it.
Yeah,
People who are artists like that, people who are artistic, they don't have that form of release, and we
yeah.
do. We're most of us are visual artists,
Mm-hmm.
so we can go. When I was younger, I used to draw a lot of death and explosions and
Mm.
people getting exploded in pieces and like stuff like that. But it wasn't
Mm.
because I was like wanting violence or being. It wasn't a violent thing. It was just a release
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
my anger because I had a lot of anger issues. I had a hard childhood, so there's a lot of anger issues stemmed from my childhood, and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, drawing all that crazy stuff was my release at that point in my life. Now at this point in my life, I make music, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't have that anger anymore. Like sometimes I have like some pent up rage, but now I don't have that anger that I
Yeah.
used to have.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
definitely go on.
I do use music as a release tool, and
See ya, digital.
yeah, peace out, bro. I think we should probably wrap this up. Go ahead and say what you were saying.
Yeah. I was gonna say that I also definitely use music as an outlet because and like I would say the two things I use music as an outlet for are like two things I suffer with regularly. Is like I have physical I have physical ailments and I also have mental ailments. I have arthritis in my legs that yeah, makes it hard for me to walk. And yeah, I've been fighting that for a while. And you know, my mental health has been kind of stressful. Like, you know the song "I'm in Pain" that
Yeah.
like the from the Blair album, that was about my arthritis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Junkyard is about my mental state. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Um,
physical. I have physical stuff too, like sciatica. It's horrible sometimes, but never really thought about like releasing my physical pain into my music.
yeah, for me it's just been such a debilitating thing. Like sometimes I've just had to like, okay, I can't walk. I have to wear crutches. It's just too fucking painful. I've been doing physical therapy. I've been taking pain pills every day to try to reduce its effect. I've been told by my rheumatologist that if I don't get it under control, it could permanently affect my bones or something. Like, yeah. Anyway, not to, you know, make this too doom and gloom at the end, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
I have my problems and I vent about them in music.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody does have their own physical or mental things, and we could all deal with the mental together. I
Yeah.
can't help anybody with physical stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like
But with mental things, if anyone wants to talk to me, I could even open a mental health channel in the search.
I would
If
love
anyone
that.
wants-
Honestly, I would love
Yeah.
that.
If anyone wants to reach out to me, just on a DM or something, even if you want to do like a private call or whatever, we can chat it up. And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
anything, if you're going through any mental things right now, we can talk about it, and I can help you through anything if I could.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that goes for anybody in the community, anyone on the
Mhm.
live stream right now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah, well,
I'm- I always answer DMs, no matter if it's on Instagram, text message, Discord.
yeah, you're very good.
And-
You're very good at that.
Anywhere. Yeah, I always answer DMs, and if anyone ever has anything, you know, I mean, even if you just want to talk about anything, just say,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is-
yeah. And I definitely think that mental health channel would be a dope idea. And also just like I love collaborating with musicians about multiple like mental health things in general. Like of course I haven't collaborated with anybody yet, but when I do collaborate, I'd love to collaborate with on songs about mental health. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess that wraps up this stream. I'm about to have dinner pretty soon, but yeah, thank you for coming, Abstrakt.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
definitely down to do something like this again.
yeah, for sure. And I hope other people watching may choose to be interviewed too. I think that'd be dope. But yeah. That about wraps up this stream. Anyone who's still around, yeah, that was Abstraktius Artimus. Thank you for coming through. That about does it for this stream. See you guys next time with the music submission stream.